Welcome back to another video. Let's go ahead and just start things off very quickly because I already see people in the chat saying clickbait. This is unfortunately not clickbait in the slightest. This is all too real. I just came on. Hold on. I always have the video up, but I don't always silence it. So I can see the chat real time. But yeah. So I want to start things off by saying I just checked. I have been selling on eBay, okay, for 13 years now. 2011 is when I started. Other than when they didn't have plain white envelopes and people claiming they didn't get their envelope, which maybe they didn't, right? Maybe the mail actually lost it. Other than that happening, or, buying from someone, they never shipped the product or whatever, and then eBay refunds you. Other than small little things like that, I've never been scammed once on eBay. TCG Player, never been scammed on TCG Player in the years I've been on there. Well, I finally got scammed, but it wasn't on either one of those sites. It wasn't on Whatnot. It wasn't anywhere else. It was on my own website with the pack breaks. And it can be hard to defend against this. I've obviously already talked to friends in the community, asked them how they've dealt with similar things. A lot of people have went through this similar situation. I'm not even going to mention their names, but you guys probably know who I'm talking about. A lot of people who sell a lot online on their own websites, who have a lot of experience with things like this. I use Wix, so people have experience with Wix. You probably already know who I'm talking about with some of the people. And they've kind of coached me on how to handle it, and I'm in the middle of it. So I'm not going to reveal any names today. I'm not going to reveal any information because I'm trying to handle it. I'm working with the disputes, working with, obviously a lawyer because we are talking multiple thousands of dollars. And I just thought we could talk about it and talk about scamming in the hobby, and kind of, how to go about it. So first and foremost, I'm no stranger to, losing money in business like this. I've never been scammed for this amount before. As you guys know, I've had multiple businesses in my life. Back when I had my lawn care landscaping company, it was never that big of a deal, right? Arbitrary numbers. If I did $200,000 in sales in 1 year, I might have less than 0.5% of the total sales ever get scammed, meaning people don't pay. Where, you mowed their lawn for 2 weeks a month, you send them the invoice, they never respond, you cut off services, you try to go to their house, try to call them, they never respond. And so you're out, whatever, 3, 4, 5, 6 lawn mows were, which was, anywhere from $100 to $200, $300, whatever. And you just write it off and move on. And some people are, assholes, right? And, it only happened every a couple times every year, or maybe you'd get a down payment on a landscape job. And, half down, and then you got done, they didn't pay the other half, or they moved, or, whatever happened, and you can maybe go take back some of the material, sell it back, and you're out some money. But really, in that kind of business, the most you're ever out is labor hours. You're out your time. And so, like I said, course of a year, I usually had to write off maybe 0.5% or 0.25% of overall sales is what got wrote off in losses. So I never really had an issue over the 12, 13 years I ran a landscaping lawn care companies or other service-based businesses ever had problems writing things off, right? Now, fast forward to now, I haven't had any issues in the, 9 years I've been in this hobby with Pokemon. And I know other people have got scammed before. I consider myself pretty, street smart. I know the things to look for. I have no problem canceling orders when I feel like the account looks suspicious. And I've done that multiple times on eBay, TCG Player, where I just cancel it and I say, hey, I'm not going to send it to you. Based on, shipping and billing addresses, based on, just different things I look for. Zero feedback account, brand new accounts, no feedback, negative feedback, whatever it may be. And so I protected myself pretty good up to this point. However, we've had a situation with the pack breaks, and it does look like they focus on the pack battles more than the breaks, which is very smart of them, because with pack battles, as you guys know, only the winners get mailed a package. All the losers do not. And this means there's no shipping confirmation. So it's very easy to do a credit card chargeback and say you didn't get anything. Well, of course you didn't get anything. It was a pack battle. You lost. You don't get mailed anything. And so there's chargebacks happening with pack battles. And now I'm getting a specific person. We're not going to mention their name right now. But if I said their name, most anyone who shows up to the pack battles on Tuesdays or Thursdays, you probably know their name, right? You've heard their name before. They've been big purchasers. They've participated in multiple pack battles for months, and never had an issue with them. All of a sudden, I'm getting multiple suspicious charges, multiple chargebacks, yeah, there's really not a lot I can do. The ones that I can do stuff on, I'm trying to combat. I'm trying to send proof of delivery, proof of if I've had email with them, proof of order, proof of even showing their name in the live streams, screenshots and links to the live stream, see if that helps. And so I'm compiling all the possible proof that I can before making these disputes and talking with a lawyer and things like that. This is, there's been a couple issues with a couple different people, foreign, whatever, weird names, but never to this extent, right? Little things, it's business expense, I write it off, no big deal, $50, $100. But this is multiple thousands of dollars. 4 figures, not 5 figures. And so, we're talking felony level theft, right? And so it could get ugly. Hopefully we can work things out and the person does end up, coming to their senses and being an honest, decent human being. But the fact of the matter is people, I guess, are out there, guys. And the other fact of the matter, depending on where you sit on politics, I'm sure a lot of you probably know where I stand by now, although I'm not super public with it. But, unfortunately, we've come to a point in this world, in this country now, where criminals are starting to have more rights than, honest, law-abiding citizens, especially businesses, right? Because businesses are evil. Business people are evil. Landlords are evil. Anyone charging for services or anything is legal, is evil these days, right? And we're in a system now where, it's easier for the criminal to be considered, the victim and the business to be considered the big evil business. They got tons of money, they don't need it, whatever, side with the criminal. And that's how the credit card companies work. They're much more likely to side with the card holder, no matter, how large, whatever, how upstanding a business you are, how much honest, feedback you have, how many customers you've had, how long you've been in business, whatever it may be, right? And I've talked to multiple people. I have a cousin that I was golfing with on Sunday, and I was talking to him a little about it. And he's a general manager of a car dealership, right? He tells me they have anywhere between $20,000 to $30,000 a month in parts that get sent back, and basically, fraud with the credit card company. He said most of the money they never get back. Where people will order these high-end parts, they'll stuff the box with a bunch of wrappers and send it back and say they never got anything and all this stuff. And he said, yeah, it's very hard to win those disputes, and the credit card companies always sided with them. And no matter how long his dealership's been in business and how much money they do, how many people they employ, how much money they bring into the community, taxes they pay, doesn't matter, right? Criminal's right. And Amazon has that issue these days, and it's a big problem with online and credit card fraud and all that. But so that's everyone kind of knows there's these things happening in the hobby, and so I'm just the latest person to be hit by it. And so I'm starting a GoFundMe for everyone. I'm just kidding, guys. But I did want to put this video out because I think it's important to know what to look for. So unfortunately, good people ruin it, or bad people ruin it for the good people. And there's going to be checks and balances put in place on the pack breaks now. Basically, it's going to be my discretion if I want to fill your order or not. As bad as that sounds, and that comes with a whole bunch of other issues of people thinking it's all the keywords, the racist, the sexist, the people's names, people where they live, whatever it may be, and it just is what it is, right? And so it has nothing to do with anything else. But if I see anything suspicious, if I'm for one, I'm not filling foreign orders anymore. No longer going to accept foreign customers. If you've purchased from me before, reach out, and I will accept an order from you, obviously. If you're new and you're foreign, it's going to be really simple. You can purchase through PayPal or Venmo, friends and family. And once the order gets delivered to you and I get email confirmation from you, it's delivered and you have accepted delivery and you confirm that it's a legitimate transaction, then I can open you up to be able to purchase regularly with a credit card or regular goods and services, whatever it may be in the future. But I'm no longer going to take those types of risks. Unfortunately, it has nothing to do with me discriminating against you or your country or your nationality or anything like that. I just have to protect myself. Even orders in the US. Again, there's no specific metric I can put on this, but if I see that your billing and shipping address don't match up and I think it looks suspicious, if I think your name looks suspicious, your email looks suspicious, if I deem it suspicious, I unfortunately have the right to, refuse service or refuse business from anyone. And, unfortunately, there will be good people that are hurt by this here and there. But there will be orders that are canceled, and you will be refunded if I do not feel comfortable fulfilling your order and shipping to you. At which point you'll have the option, if you want to Venmo or PayPal friends and family me the money, then we can definitely make an order. Because I'm not opened up to all of the issues that goods and service transactions have or credit card transactions have, and so that'll be an option for you. So it'll kind of be any suspicious or out of country order. Well, you can always PayPal, Venmo, friends and family me the money, and we can go from there. Or you'll just have to shop with someone else, and it's unfortunate, but that's where we're at. I have to protect myself. I have to put checks and balances in place, and to make sure that I don't get hit for these types of charges again, and I don't get hit this bad. But it's unclear how much it's going to be at this point. It looks like it's going to be at least around $2,000, and it could span up to, looking back at my orders and kind of picking out suspicious ones, I don't know, it could go up to $4,000-ish. So it's going to be in the mid four figures of fraud, or whatever you want to call it. I call it credit card fraud. These people purchase things, I ship them out. As you guys know, anyone who's ordered with me, everyone gets their shipments. I have 100% positive feedback rating. I've never had I've never even had a neutral feedback, much less a negative feedback on eBay in 11 years. All of my orders always get shipped out next day, tracking, and they always make it there. So even these orders that they're claiming, there's delivered confirmed tracking. On some of them, it literally says left with individual, like confirmed left with individual. And so I don't know where it's all going to head from now. I'm going to keep everyone posted. Maybe we win some of these. I don't think there's any way in the world I'm going to win the pack battle ones, because there's literally no tracking. There's no shipment, right? I did not ship anything to them because they entered pack battles and they lost. And so unfortunately, again, bad people ruin it for all the good people. Probably not going to be able to have anything on this channel where it's a straight gamble. There's always going to have to be something where you get sent something, where I ship you something, because it's going to have to show that your transaction did get fulfilled and you did receive something in the mail, and I need to be able to track that. So even if pack battles come back, there's, it'll be like, hey, even if you lose, you get shipped something, and it'll be tracked. It's the unfortunate side effect of how all this works, guys. And so that's kind of where we're at going forward. I'm going to try to keep it to where, as least of the good, honest people get affected as possible. Pack battle, it'll be pack openings as normal. We have one tonight if you're interested. As you can see behind me, we've got the mountain of Shrouded Fable ETBs. So if you want to show up tonight, 7 p.m., it's going to be Shrouded Fable booster packs or Shrouded Fable full ETBs. You want to purchase those. I did purchase a massive collection on Saturday. It was great. We met up in person, paid cash, got to inspect all the items. Everything looks great. As you can see behind me, we got Team Up, picked up some Unified. We got Forbidden Light. We've got Burning Shadows, right? I've got some Breakpoints. We got some Unbroken Bonds. And the list goes on and on of the packs and the boxes I was able to buy from this individual, which all that went great. It was great meeting him. But yeah, guys, it's just one of those sucky things, right? And it's not, again, it hurts, right? Obviously, like you guys know, I'm not rich. Like $2,000 to $4,000, that's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt me, right? It's that's a lot of income. But I'll move past it. It's not gonna cripple me. It's not gonna bankrupt my business. But more than the money, it's just the fact that. By the way, I'm gonna say one thing about this individual. This individual is one of the people that purchased a Twilight Masquerade box and pulled a Greninja. I pulled them a Greninja, and they are doing chargebacks. So that's one of the biggest issues. It's less about the money. It's more about the fact that, you put all this time and effort into, creating the website and getting all the products listed, making the thumbnails, getting on stream, having the energy, having fun, ripping the packs, taking all the time to ship out, put everything in the boxes and ship it all. And, I obviously had to buy all this product. Buying all these massive amounts of boxes and cases and packs now that I'm going to be out. And you just think of all the work and all the stuff you did, and you try to be good and honest yourself, and always give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I try to always make up for anything that goes wrong for people. Try to always throw in extra cards when people don't get a lot. Anytime I make an honest mistake, I mess up. Where I've definitely messed up. I'm not perfect. I've sent people a wrong slab in the past where they ordered something. I sent them the wrong slab on accident. Always made that right. I've always sent them the right slab and sent them like an extra card or extra items to make up for the inconvenience. And it just sucks when you always try to do right by people, and there's these people out there that do it, and it's never going to change. This world will always have people like that, and that's fine. It just sucks that we're getting to the point and we're creating this system, this government, these entities are creating this world where criminals are unfortunately more protected than, honest, hardworking individuals, honest businesses, and whatever it may be. And that's just, the state we're living in and what we're all going to have to face at some point, one or another. So that's pretty much all I got to say about it, guys. It's not clickbait. It's really happening. I'm in the middle of it right now. We'll keep everyone posted, but be careful out there, guys. Be careful. Darium's Pokemon. Yep. Pokene, Brian. He's one of the people I talked to, and he had similar things happen in the past. He gave me some pointers and some checks and balances to put in place to not allow this to happen again. But you can't always stop it, I may have to put limits in place for new customers where you can only purchase a certain limit. And I don't know what that limit's going to be, $100, $150, $200. I don't know. Where your first purchase might only be able to have a limit. And then once I, mail it to you, you confirm it got delivered. You send me email confirmation. So I have written authorization that you received what I sent you. You confirm that you made these purchases. It's your credit card. It's your email address. Then in the future, I can open it up so you can purchase as much as you want. I might have to do something like that to make sure that I'm protected. Things are going to get tighter, guys, and it sucks, but I always knew there was risks. Everyone, whenever you do things like this, there's risks. It just sucks that, I'm going to have to, I'm just going to put, make it a little harder on everyone to be able to purchase, and I'm going to put more checks and balances in place. And some people are going to get their orders canceled that are good, honest people. And that's just the way it is. If you have suspicious looking shipping and billing addresses, suspicious looking names, suspicious looking whatever, I'm canceling. I'm taking down international orders. Unless you've ordered from me before, you can reach out to me privately. We'll have to start new customers international on PayPal or Venmo, friends and family. And, brand new buyers are going to be probably limited to like a $100 to $200 first order. And if everything goes right and we get confirmed, then we'll be able to open you up, and we'll go from there. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt business. It's going to hurt, everything, but it is what it is. And so all my haters out there, all the people who are against me, they can all have their good laugh or good feelings that Alex got hit by one of the scams. And they can revel in it, I guess. I know I love a lot of people out in the community that dislike me, so I'm sure they'll, as sick as that sounds, I'm sure they'll all be happy that Alex got hit for some money. I don't know. That's pretty much it, guys. That's what we're gonna go. We're gonna go from there, but not gonna let it stop us. Just gonna evolve. Like I said, we'll have Shrouded Fable tonight for anyone who wants to do some Shrouded Fable openings. We'll have I have a different gambling style game we're going to do tomorrow with packs. I think you guys will enjoy because we're going to do it with pack breaks for now, or pack battles for now. And then Thursday will be regular pack breaks like always. Guys, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate everyone who's supported the pack breaks, the battles, when I was on Whatnot, everyone who's ever purchased a pack, everyone who's ever showed up to I appreciate all of you who have, came, got your packs, paid, didn't scam. We all have a lot of fun on those nights. And I honestly appreciate all the support everyone's been and all the fun we have together and the excitement and the gamble. And it's a lot of fun. Like, the pack opening's a lot of fun. The pack battles are a lot of fun. So I don't want, we can't let, people like this do, like win, right? Win and successfully, stopping anything. So, nothing stopping, just gonna, take the hits, take the punches on the chin and move on. And, continuing on like we always have. So that's pretty much all I got to say about it, guys. It's one of those crappy things that happens. I know other people out there probably go through times where they got scammed too. And, hopefully it hasn't been a big enough hit to really crush you and bankrupt you or put a bad enough taste in your mouth to where you just leave the hobby and you never enjoy it again. Like I always say, guys, and I said this before I got scammed, and I say this after I got scammed, because no matter if it's me or someone else, it's the same thing. There's millions and millions of transactions that happen in this hobby daily, weekly, monthly. And there's a minuscule amount of people that ever get scammed. And so, when you're talking about a point, whatever of a percent, although it sucks when it happens to you, because you always think it's never going to happen to me. It sucks when it happens to you, but you have to understand that the majority of everyone in this hobby are good, honest people. And, they're doing it right. And you can't let, when you get hit, make it a bad taste in your mouth and think that everything is rotten and the world sucks and everyone's a scammer and, the hobby's going to crap, because it's just not true. And even though this happened to me today, I still hold true to that. It won't change how I do business. Still sell on eBay, still sell TCG Player. I'll still sell on my own site. I'll still have pack breaks, and they'll just force me to get a little tighter on everything. But business as usual, guys. Just keep business as usual. Don't let the scammers win. Just continue to call them out. Block them from being able to buy from you. Share their names and their stuff in the Discords and on anyone that has social media presences. And I will do that as well. I just don't want to do it until I give this individual a chance to work it out with me. And we go through any legal things that we might have to go through, but I'm not, after all that's said and done, I will absolutely share everything. I just don't want to do it beforehand. And that's it. That's it, guys. We're going to walk away from this and we're going to move on like it didn't happen. And, not going to let it affect us. And hopefully you guys don't let it affect you when it happens to you. Let me go scroll back up to the top, see what you guys are saying in the comments. We'll take some comments and we'll just kind of move on from there, guys. Just kind of, it sucks, right? It sucks. I'm not going to sit here and lie, say it doesn't suck. It hurts, right? I'm definitely not one of these people that does a ton of money. I was looking at my total sales I've done on my personal website. This doesn't include eBay and TCG Player, PayPal, Venmo, other sales, right? Like outside, which is a lot. But just my personal website, I'm at around $100,000 in sales. And so, when you think about sales, right, that's not profit. So you already know that, profit margins in this hobby are small. So when you say, well, looks like it's going to be about $2,000 to $4,000 scam, well, that's about 2 to 4% of total sales. So it's a very large percentage of total profits. So I'm not going to sit here and act like it wasn't a big hit. I'm definitely smaller. I'm a smaller seller. I'm a smaller creator. I may seem large to some people that are, smaller than me, or, people that are newer or starting out, but I'm definitely a smaller business. I don't do millions a year, and so it's definitely it definitely hurts. And I get that. I feel it. And anyone who's been scammed, I know you feel it, but you can't let it stop you. You can't let people like that win. The best revenge is just, continuing to succeed and continue to move forward and not let them change up your path. So that's all I got, guys. That's all I got to say about it. So, no clickbait. It's just the reality of what's going on. I thought I'd make a video telling everyone how it is going through something like this. So, we'll see. I got disputes with the credit card companies right now. If I have to take legal action with a lawyer, I'll do that as well. I've also reached out to the person privately before we do that and let them know that, this is felony level theft, and I will be taking legal action if I need to. So I'm going to see if they want to, work it out outside of court and outside of that. And hopefully we can, and hopefully the credit card companies will, help as well. But I'll keep you guys updated. But that's where we're at. We're right in the middle of it. It's just happened, and it's still fresh. So there you have it. All right, DGen Collector, I appreciate you, man. You're one of the main. You're one of the true ones, the real ones. Been supporting since the beginning. Appreciate you, dude. Thanks for becoming a member again. How's everyone doing? No, it wasn't clickbait. No, it was not the short. The vintage boxes, those were all great. A lot of them were actually really good condition. Like this team up box, guys. This thing is minty. Like this thing, it's got a little indentation on the top, but I mean, this is the kind of item I want in my collection. Boxes like that. Some of the other boxes are a little less minty. Like, the Unbroken Bonds is a little loose, right? But 100% legitimate packs, all the wrapping, everything's intact. Luckily, I've never had one issue opening a fake box yet. Trust me, I'm not acting like I'm above it. I know Rusty's been scammed, PokeRev's been scammed. You can get scammed. But I've handled a lot of boxes in my time. In the 9 years I've been in this hobby, I can tell a lot of things from looking at it. And no, all the boxes that I got from him look legit. I even bought 151 celebrations, some Sword and Shield boxes, even some Scarlet and Violet boxes. So this was a collector. He'd been in the hobby for a good amount of time now. He, he's going into medical school. Wants the money for that. It's just time to move on. No, it was no reason. Like, it wasn't like fear. He wasn't getting out because of fear or getting out because of scanning or none of that. It was, going into medical school, wanted to cash out, get some money, wanted to sell to someone in person. He only lived 4 or 5 hours away from me. He wanted to be able to sell and deliver it in person and get cash and not have to go through shipping and getting, money through, wire or whatever that. And so it worked out great for all of us. It was a great deal. He was a really nice guy, and worked out great. So that transaction, no issues. It had nothing to do with any of the collection buys I've been going through. Nothing like that. Yeah, everyone was expecting. It wasn't a Patreon member. No, of course. Luckily, it was not a Patreon member. That would have been crazy bad. Yeah, guys. No, a lot of people were thinking. You guys always expect the worst. You always think I'm clickbaiting. It was no clickbait, man. I appreciate all the sorries though. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, this was thousands. So what it was, I mean, guys, this person, they have purchases going back to July. So we're in end of August. So we're talking 5 different, multiple, tons of different pack battles and regular purchases. It wasn't just pack battles. There were some regular purchases as well. So, yeah, this goes back over a month. Multiple purchases, multiple nights. So it's pretty bad, and that's why I'm saying it's like, I can be street smart. I can look for all the different, things. I can look for, shipping and billing. I can look for suspicious names, suspicious addresses. I can look for all kind of different things. But you can't really plan for this, right? You can't, plan for someone who's ordered multiple times, who had shipments receive multiple times, continues to come back week after week. There's no way to plan for something like that. To anyone that looks like a legitimate customer, there's no way to plan to get scammed going back this far with this many different orders, right? And they've been in the chats, they've been in the chat saying thank you for thanks Alex for pulling that. There was nothing about these transactions that I could really tell, and that's what makes it even worse. It's that it wasn't just some random weird name from out of country, paid in some weird way, weird shipping, weird billing address. It wasn't like that. That's what makes it so much harder to be able to find. Yeah, there were some big breaks, some big purchases for sure. Yep, you remember seeing it. It was probably one of those guys you remember seeing. Sucks. pack battles are easy bait to scam. You have to something in terms that even the losers will get something like bulk. Yeah, exactly, 100%. I'm gonna have to do that in the future, absolutely. And then anything over a certain dollar amount, I might have to put like signature required, things like that. There's definitely gonna be new things put into practice. So yeah, Don, yeah, it's gotta be Don, guys. There's Don right there. It's Don. Don's the scammer. No, Don is the furthest thing from a scammer you could ever find. He's been more help to me than I could ever repay. It happened on Twitch. A bunch of streamers from one guy, they got contacted by PayPal and they got their money back. Yeah, 5 figures worth. Wow. Yeah, that's scary. That's really scary. It's crazy as as people are out there. Landlords are definitely greedy, evil and greedy, especially in the UK. Jenna, I don't know if you're being serious or joking. If I don't know, but I mean, I have family members that own properties, and they're the furthest thing from evil. And here's the thing, guys: what you have to understand is there are you can talk about the big giant companies like BlackRock and things, and obviously they do a lot of evil things, But you got to remember, a lot of landlords are still people like you and me. They were able to, get some extra money together, and they want to try and better themselves. And they buy out a property and they put their own blood, sweat, and tears into fixing it up. Maybe they hire some trades workers to do some plumbing or electricity to get the house in order. And they're counting on the renters to pay them to be able to make the mortgage, insurance, and taxes payments. They may make a couple $100 a month off rent. Like that's all they're making for putting forth the effort to do all this and get the house fixed up and take the risk and all that to build wealth, to build a real estate portfolio. And when you don't pay them and they have $1,500 in rent that's due and you're charging them $1,800 so you can make a little profit, and well, now it's out of your pocket and you have this property sitting there that you can, I understand, like, depending on what side of it you're on, you can see things both ways, but just understand, not every landlord's evil, guys. Not everyone. A lot of the people are, maybe they might only own 2, 3, 4 houses, and they're just trying to build something for them and their family for the future, and they're trying to build this nest egg where they can retire and be able to live on the rent. And it's going to be 15, 30 years before they have that mortgage paid off, and until that time they're scraping by. I know I have family members that they don't live large, they don't drive nice cars, they don't live in a nice home themselves, but they're sacrificing now to build more properties up and have more rent coming in. And that's what they put all their money into and all their work and effort into. And it's real estate's a hard life. You have to remember, like, it's easy to look at the guys in their 50s where they've put in 30 years of hard work building a real estate portfolio. Now they sit back and they collect rents and they're just evil rich guy now. But all throughout that time, that their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, they were building that. They were working to pay off those mortgages. They were not taking any money for themselves. They were living meagerly. And you have to remember that, like, not everyone that gets to a position of success did something evil to get there. A lot of times they sacrificed and worked. And right now, all of me and my wife's income goes to 401k, Roth IRAs, paying our mortgage off. We send the checks I write to our house every month would make some people puke. I mean, I'm writing, like, some months I'm putting $5,000 checks towards our mortgage, just because I want to get it paid off. And, I have friends that, they drive nice cars, they live in nicer houses than me, they take more vacations, they buy nice things, they're going out to this concert, this sporting event, and we do without a lot. We don't really buy clothes for ourselves. My wife's not going out getting her hair done or nails done. I'm not, we live very meagerly to, invest for our future. And, we sacrifice now so that we can live, comfortably later. And so what happens is later on, when, we're living comfortably, well, then we're deemed as evil ones because, we did all this work when we were younger. And it's like, oh, they have all this money, they sit and do nothing, they're not working. It's just like, well, yeah, well, back when we were, doing all this, you were out, still living normal. You were shopping for things and buying yourself clothes and, taking vacations and going out to sporting events. And you can say, and I get it. Look, make memories. I'm not against it. It's just don't be against the people who chose not to do those things and saved up and worked hard and didn't do those things so that they could live, comfortably later. You have to understand that there's always a give and take. That you can live it up now and have to work longer and save longer, or you can not live it up and be able to live it up a little more later and not have to struggle as much. And this doesn't go for people who are struggling and they can't even get by and they can't eat. The world's not fair. I'm not saying that, oh, everyone can do it and, you shouldn't. No, I'm never saying that. And people who have, and people that they see people out there struggling, actually trying to get by and not making bad decisions with their money. They're not spending it on drugs and alcohol and partying and that. And they just literally have low paying jobs and they got dealt a bad hand. They didn't have family. You should help those people. If you have those people in your community, you friends, your friends of friends, and you can afford to help them, you should help them. You see them helping, or, single mom trying to struggle to support a baby or whatever it may be, you should help those people, right? I'm more talking about the people who are middle class, who, live right next door to you, and they drive a BMW and a Mercedes, and they buy, fancy stuff, and they take vacations, and they do all this, and they want to complain why they don't have money when they're 45 or 50 years old. Well, it's because they lived like that, right? Where, we're driving beat down, broken Hondas, and, living in a smaller house and not doing as much, and we're putting all of our money into investments and paying down our house and all that. Well, later on, we're going to be in different spots, and no one did anything wrong, right? You just chose to live differently. And that's how life is. You have to kind of understand your decisions. So going back to Jenna's thing, Jenna, I don't know, there's evil people out there. There's people that are just trying to get by out there. So, just understand, that I don't know what position you're in, but understand, you try to always see things from both people's point of view, Yeah, it sucks, Don. It sucks. I will. No, once all this is said and done, if they don't make right on it, and once it gets through all the legal stuff, I'll definitely release it. I will. Look, I have nothing in my terms and conditions saying that I won't out you, that I won't dox you, right? I will share their name, their full name. I will share their shipping information, their billing, shipping information. I will share every single thing I can find in this person live on videos. Because I have nothing that says I can't, right? You gave me your information. I didn't say I wouldn't share your information. I never would, right? I would never share anyone's information. I'll never share anyone's name. But the minute something like this happens and you're gonna, commit fraud, scam, yeah, your information is getting released everywhere. So don't think it won't. Don't rattle our cages with GoFundMe. I had to throw the GoFundMe in. Oh man, I had to, guys. Um, couldn't you do some sort of purchase agreement where you show the credit card companies who's doing chargebacks? Well, that's what I'm building. I'm building a case with right now to be able to fight the chargebacks, and we'll see how it goes. Um, It also shows how much people love negativity. They see Alex got scammed and can't help but watch. Yeah, I mean, look, we have 260 people in here. How often do I have 260 people in my live stream? I'm sure this video will get thousands of views, more than my normal live streams. Unfortunately, that's kind of, these are the things I talk against. A lot of creators out there always talking about scams and thefts and they get a lot of views and attention, and they get a lot of comments, so a lot of people in there, and I get it. I understand why they do it. I'm not doing that for any of those reasons. I'm doing it to just let you know what happened to me, and it could happen to you, and then bring some shed some light on the situations out there. But yeah, I'm not gonna start making scam videos all the time to get views. But yeah, I mean, obviously, yes, I knew this was going to be a higher viewed video, but I thought it was also important to make it. Yeah, Tracking doesn't matter. That's how crazy chargebacks are. No proof, nada. Just some overworked person at the credit card company clicking approve next. Yeah. Yep. That's kind of where we're at in this country. It's crazy. Could ship them empty packs and include the description. It's a pack battle and the empty packs will be shipped. That's pretty good, actually. I like that. Just send a bunch of empty packs, send the bulk. Yeah. I mean, you know, here's the thing. So as you guys know, if you've been a part of my pack battles, I don't charge shipping on pack battle nights. So the winners all get free shipping and the losers just don't pay shipping. So unfortunately, like at worst case scenario, if we do pack battles, well, then everyone's going to be paying a shipping cost. So it's like everyone who now have to ship them something. Like, so it's like you're going to be paying shipping costs now on your orders and you're going to get sent a bunch of crap, like, you know, nothing. And so now you're out more money. And so it just sucks all around. Like, I don't know how I'm going to handle the pack battle situation. We're not going to do it this week, obviously. I'll come up with something, but yeah, it's a sucky situation. It is what it is. Like, there's no way around this. It sucks. It sucks for everyone, not just me, but everyone. Everyone gets hurt. Still want to buy some of those boxes? You will have your chance, Brandon. You will have your chance. Yep, you remember there was a guy who ordered 3 boxes of Twilight and pulled the Greninja. They not only pulled the Greninja, they pulled the Ursaluna, they pulled like Eevees. I mean, they had a lot of great hits where they probably got more than their value back, but didn't stop them from scamming. Hey, I hope to see you too, man. For sure. Appreciate the collection. That sucks, man. I used to love Darium's Pokemon. That sucks they got hit with stuff too. Anyone gets hit with scams, no one deserves. Even like people that I dislike in this hobby, I don't wish any of them getting scammed ever. Anyone getting scammed. It's just it's so bad. I appreciate all the love and support, guys. Really, it really does mean a lot. Like, I know it can seem like just like messages typed in the chat, but like people who are supportive and like, you know, I appreciate all you guys. Thanks so much for, you know, understanding, being supportive, whatever it may be. I do appreciate it. Blue Orange. Alex, it was better under Obama days. It was just better like, I don't even know, 2000. Life was just better in the 90s and 2000s. Like, it just seems like life in general is just getting like progressively worse every year. You know, it's like, I truly believe in like that whole society peaked thing. You know, it just seems like society has just peaked and we're just like on a downward trend. It just, I mean, and I know people like were saying don't bring up politics. I'm not even talking about like politics right or left, just all around, just like, just the further, you know, strength of the government getting more, the further strength of corporations and investment firms getting more. Like, it's just, man, just everything's just tightening up to create this like oligarchy type system where, you know, it's just the corporations that kind of run everything. And, you know, it's just crazy, man. Just like, it didn't feel like this. And social media has everyone's throats. Like, it wasn't like this, guys. Like, you know, speaking of politics, right? I'm 34. I've been around for a lot, right? It was never like this, ever. Anyone who's younger that thinks politics were always this way, never, right? Bill Clinton gets elected. Okay, yeah, you know, Republicans unhappy, Democrats happy. Bush gets elected. Okay, Democrats unhappy, Republicans happy. You know, Obama gets elected. No one cared. No one cared. Like, you cared for like while it's almost like the Olympics. Like, you cared about the Olympic athletes while it was there. After the Olympics are over, it's like, all right, forget. That's how politics used to be. Everyone cared when the election came, and then after the election, it was just like, oh, okay, well, you know, whatever, right? Life is so, everyone's at each other's throats. Everyone hates each other. It's just like, God, life was never this way, guys. Life was never this way. As careful and honest you can be, scammers are always our backed. Best way to avoid it is do deals locally. Yeah, Hydus, there's just no... That's great for regular people, like for all of you out there, take that advice. For me, there's no way to do that. I mean, you know, I do pack openings, right? I mean, I sell on eBay, I sell online, I make deals. I mean, it's like, there's no way to not be open to some type of scamming every now and then. You know, it's just, unfortunately, it's a business expense, you know? Again, I don't, it's impossible to like even talk about things without getting political nowadays, right? But it's like, politics out of it. You know, I understand these businesses can also be charging more than they should, price gouging, whatever you want to call it. But there's very real statistics on the reason things are a certain amount more expensive. Not saying the reason that things are expensive as they are, but a certain amount of the price increases is shrinkage. It's stores losing money to theft. If a store had zero theft, prices would be cheaper. I'm not saying stores and people out there wouldn't still price gouge or wouldn't do evil things, but prices by and large across the board would be lower. Businesses have to factor in losses, scams, you know, shrinkage to their bottom line. And so unfortunately, scams are always going to be a part of this online thing, and they have to be factored into the business. And it's just the way the world works. It's always going to be that way. It's always going to be that way. It sucks, you know. And this isn't like a new thing. This has been since the beginning of time. I mean, there's always been thieves. This isn't like a 2024 thing. This isn't a 2020 thing. This isn't even like a 1990 thing. There's always been thieves. There's always been shrinkage. It's the way it is. I want to support you from buying on your eBay, but your link doesn't work. Okay, I'll get that fixed, man. It's just Nostalgianomics on eBay though, but I will fix the link. I appreciate you letting me know that. Thank you. So, what happened this time? Did someone scam you after Eli said his dream car is a Prius? Dude, what is Eli doing, man? Oh, I still give him shit for that. Like, I can't believe he said his dream car is a Prius. I love Eli, but that was funny. That was funny. Long story short, it was for me. Oh no, long story short, it's for me. Yeah, man. Alt Hunter, you'll just have to go back and watch, man. Let's see. You know what, Walter? It's really funny you use that name. It's really funny you use that name, guys. He says, not sure why or how anyone can dislike you. Sorry to you. I'm sure SM Pratt is loving this. I know he hates you. It's actually not true. So, after my recent video I made, right? I actually had SM Pratt himself reach out to me on Instagram. So, and he had kind words to say. And so we had an Instagram conversation. So yeah. SM Pratt actually he gave me some credit and some props. And so no, I don't think SM Pratt hates me. And honestly, I really don't even know, you know, the times, you know, all the accounts I had banned on E4 back in the day. There's no even proof that he even knew any of that happened, right? I mean, I reached out to him, you know, to unban me back then, but I mean, it could have been his mods every time. It could have been the mods that banned me. So it's like, you know, obviously he was the site owner or, you know, whatever it is, and he had power to overturn it or, you know, respond to me, but who knows how busy he was back then or how many people that were getting banned that were reaching out. He may have ignored it. So I don't, you know, you guys know how it is. Like as things, you know, move further and further in the distance and time goes on, you know, you get less and less worried about things and less, you know, things kind of melt away. They become less and less important. You're less and less mad about things. Like none of it's really that important anymore. You know, it mattered to me at the time. It's why I like created this YouTube channel to get my thoughts out. And I was and as you guys see my earlier content, I was really vocal and really I really came at a lot of people on live streams and debates and talking, the kind of where the whole cabal thing got created. But the older I get, I guess, or the more I've been around on YouTube, the more people I've had interactions with, the longer things go, the less and less I hold any like resentment or any anger. So, but yeah, it was really cool having him reach out. So, no, SM Pratt, I don't think he has any hate, and I have no hate for him. Can you send their address so we can send them unwanted bulk? Oh man. Just send him a bunch of energies. Get that team up box in a hard case right now. I know, man. I need to. I literally just got all this stuff Saturday. I haven't had time to get it all put away and displayed and everything yet. My eBay store is just Nostalgianomics. Here, I'll just go ahead and share it right now. Hold on. Give me one quick second. eBay store Nostalgianomics. All right. My eBay. And guys, if you see, and I hate even saying this, to be honest with you. I hate even saying this because eBay's been awful lately with people reaching out and offering, ridiculous lowball offers. I don't even respond to most of them and always trying to do, just always reaching out. So I say this lightly, but if you do see things that seem overpriced, feel free to reach out. And if, I'm willing to, sometimes match prices. I don't always match auction sales. If there's auction sales that ended way lower than what buy it now listings are going for, a lot of times I'll just sit on the items and let them sell slowly. But if there's a lot of buy it now listings and they're all around a similar price and mine are a bit higher because I haven't updated pricing in a while, just let me know and I'm willing to match prices and be fair with it. But here's the eBay link, guys. If anyone's wondering what my eBay store was, this is it. Let me go ahead and pin it. All right. There's the eBay link for you. That's my eBay store that has everything at it. So it's mostly slabs, some singles, some I run some auctions. I'm running some auctions right now. You may or may not be interested in that stuff. But yeah, that's the eBay stuff for you. Appreciate it, guys. Where did you find the collection you bought? Someone reached out to me. So yeah, they reached out on email. I think that one was email. It's either Instagram, Discord, email, one of the three. And we talked and made a deal. And yeah, luckily they lived close enough to where it was only like a 4 or 5 hour drive for them. And so we met up in person. Everything looked legit. I handed them cash and everyone was happy. It was a good time. It was good meeting them. I wonder if one of those investigation channels will make a video about this. Maybe. I don't care. It's another thing. Guys, I've come to this point. I don't want to sound like some old boomer or something sitting on their porch with their iced tea, yelling at cars going by too fast. Like Rudy always says. Like, I don't want to sound like that guy. But just the more you've been around, the more people you've interacted with, had beef with, the more I just don't care, and I'm not angry at people I was, or I'm not I don't feel a need to prove people wrong or go back and forth, trying to prove my point being right. I just, people make videos about me or about my content or about anything. It doesn't bother me anymore. I don't know why that is, I kind of got to that point finally where it's just everyone's just going to do their thing. I understand why people make content they do. It's for views. It's for growth. It's because that's what they're interested in. It's because they feel that they deem it necessary, whether they think they're doing, God's work by warning people about things or, they just like drama, whatever it may be. Right. So I'm not angry at anyone. I don't hold anything against anyone these days. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. Cornhusker gifting 20 memberships. I appreciate you, man. Thanks so much, and congrats to everyone who got one of those. The cabal with a fake account. I love it. I own a management company with 700 plus apartments, and I tried so hard to work with tenants, and no matter what, everyone hated us. Yeah, it's just, unfortunately, the bigger you get, so someone, this is one of the best lines, right? That's out there. And this kind of goes for anyone. Everyone is for you and everyone's supportive and everyone roots for you, right? As long as you don't become more successful than them, right? And so it's like when you're starting up, everyone's like, oh yeah, good for you. Give him business. Tell your friends, like, yeah, he needs our help. Yeah, you got some sales. Oh, good job. They're supportive. But as soon as you become more successful than them and now you're making more money than them, or your business is bigger, you moved into a nicer house or whatever it may, take a nicer vacation than they did, whatever it may be, that's usually when people start to resent you and they stop to support you. And it's like that with anything, right? It's why you see streamers who, when they're, smaller, they're super loved, and then they get too big and, then they get hated on, and, people want to try and take them down and try to cut up videos to try to find these little issues where they said this one bad thing and they expound upon it and make them look like, the most evil people in the world. And it's the same thing with business, right? It's like when you become too big of a business, well, now I don't know what that number is. Is it once you become like $1 million in sales or 10 million in sales, or once you really reach this amount, or what? I don't know what people's definition is, but once you become certain size, all of a sudden now you're evil. So, Degen Collector, man, you've reached a point where you're evil. You're evil because you've become too successful. You can only reach a certain level of success before you become evil. That's how it works. Like, that's where we're at in this world, man. It's wild. It's like, even if you, like, even if I, have done everything right and I mail everything out right when I get it, and I make everything right with any purchase that goes wrong, and I'll cover any shipping mistake or shipping damage, or, and I charge reasonable prices that are competitive with the marketplace. And if I hire employees, I'll hire them far above the average wage around here. And if I did all that right and I became worth, $100 million, I'd still be hated on because I made $100 million, right? It has nothing to do with how you treated people. It just, when you get a certain amount of money, you're just deemed as you did something wrong. And that's kind of where we're at these days. It sucks. Hey, Alex, I bought a card off eBay. I am legit and I will pay. I am new for you. I will pay. You, love you, bro. You're good, man. I trust you. Appreciate the purchase, dude. Oh, man. Appreciate all the support, guys. Appreciate all the love and support. I reserve my right to hate companies that buy single family homes and jack up rent. Yeah. Look, again, don't take anything as a blanket statement. There are people, there are companies like, like that guy, what's it, Scarelli, who bought the rights to that medicine and jacked the medicine up like however many thousands of percent, and, said, hey, it's capitalism. I get it. There's evil people out there, but it's like, landlords who, if you calculate what the mortgage is, like you say, okay, if they bought this $300,000 house and they got a 7% mortgage, and here's what taxes and insurance are, and it's like $2,500 a month, and they're charging you like 28 or 29, whatever they're charging you, that's not an evil person. That's someone who, is taking some risks. They put some money in to fix the house up, whatever it may be, and they're making a few hundred a month, and they're trying to build an investment over time. You can't like get angry at those people for making a profit, right? But yeah, the people who are obviously doing, I get it. I'm not saying every person who owns homes is innocent, right? Just all I'm trying to say is don't make blanket statements or think anyone who owns or does good in business is evil type thing, if that makes sense. Like I said, the only reason I talk about these things is I have like either close personal friends or family members who do this stuff, and I know them personally, like that they're not rich and they're just not, guys. Me and my wife we always joke about this, and it's like, everyone's just trying to live, right? I've said this in another video too. Just remember that there's a small percentage of evil people, whether they be evil business, top of the top billionaires, or the people who are in power, or politicians. There's a small percentage who are evil. The rest of the people out there, no matter what country or origin or race or whatever you are, you're just trying to live. People are just trying to live. They're trying to find something to do that they enjoy and don't hate, that they can make money for them and their families, that they can have enough to be able to buy food and shelter and everything they need to live, and maybe take a vacation a year or something, and maybe be able to save up and buy themselves something nice for Christmas, or and they're just trying to do the things they love with the people they love and doing them with, and they're not trying to hurt anybody, and they just want to be treated fair. That's the majority of every person in every country, in every society, of every race, creed, religion. That's how we have differences in how we see the world and in things we believe, but most people are just trying to freaking live. And the more you can understand that, I think it allows you to see people in different lights most of the time. So that's what I would say to kind of all that stuff, is just understand that most people are just trying to live. Pokemon sleep deals. I'm not even going to put that up on screen. It's hilarious, dude. The problem is that it's fraud if you send money to friends through PayPal when you are selling a good or service. Well, it's still not fraud. You can. What do you mean it's fraud? You're allowed to send a friend money for something. Am I wrong? I mean, I still claim everything under taxes, so I still mark it as a sale. I'll have to look into that. Jesse, that's interesting. I'll have to look into that. I honestly don't know that's the first I've heard of that. I mean, I still claim it as income. I still claim it as taxes under my taxes. That is an interesting way to put it, though. I will make a note to research that. I don't know if that's true or not. I really don't know if that's true or not. I'm going to look it up right now. I mean, that's a good question. So it says friends and family option is intended for casual personal purchases. It is also fee-free, but it carries higher risks of scams, people who don't know, for example. Okay, well, yeah, so, I mean, see, I think it's a gray area, Jesse. I think it's a gray area. Casual personal purchases. I mean, you could classify collectibles as a casual personal purchase. That's the problem, is there's so many, the law is so gray everywhere that it's hard to, I mean, I guess it depends on how you see it, right? How you interpret it, right? I mean, I feel like a Pokemon card or a Pokemon pack could be a casual personal purchase. I don't know. People spend their entire life savings on Pokemon because it's addictive. It's paper methamphetamine to many people. Jeez, that's dark, Vinny. That is dark way of looking at things. I'm sure people get into trouble with it. I understand what you're saying, but geez, I think a lot of people do it. I mean, here, put it this way. There's no way it's as bad as alcohol. And alcohol is sold in all 50 states and it's very legal. So, I mean, I think anything can become addictive, or gambling at a casino can become addictive, but I guess it's up. I feel like it's on each person to do it, do it at a level that they can handle, do it responsibly. I don't know. Like I said, there's just so many gray areas in this stuff, right? Cause like me and my wife enjoy opening packs. So there's a lot of people that come to the streams that enjoy opening packs, and I know a lot of them personally now, and their lives are just fine. They're financially very secure, and we all just have a good time opening packs and seeing the cards, and it's just fun. And so it's like, where do you draw the line? Like, well, no one can have fun because some people get hurt because they can't handle it. It's because like if that's the case, well then I don't drink. I don't never drank, so I don't agree with alcohol. I think it leads to much more damage than the fun it happens. So do we just outlaw alcohol too? Right? It's like because it's like if you're gonna say Pokemon cards are bad, well alcohol's bad, right? Or other things are bad. So it's just like I think it has to always be put on each person's individual. It's on the individual to limit themselves. Sorry to hear that. But to be very careful about releasing a person's information, as this is illegal for example, all of the EU. Yeah, I'll check it. I don't think it's illegal in the US if you don't. My site doesn't. I don't guarantee that your information won't be shared or anything like that. So I don't think it's illegal in that form. I would never do so, but if you're gonna steal thousands of dollars from me, well, the gloves kind of come off. So yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm speaking with a lawyer, so I'll definitely figure out all the legal implications that apply, and we'll figure it out from there. But I think it's good that people should be aware of this person so they don't get scammed, right? Every pack breaker needs to be informed of this person because they could have thousands of dollars stolen from them. So I think it's a service putting their name out there, but hey, we'll see. I mean, here's the thing. This is such a bad point, dude. I made a comment in our video how dumb Pokemon investing is precisely because of this reason. Things have limited liquidity. With this on top, it's not worth the hassle. Yeah, so dude, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars in profit in this hobby. Even before I had a YouTube presence, even before my name was known, I had everything was very liquid, easy to get rid of. Depending on what you buy, what you have, right? If you're buying these niche vintage cards or niche items that no one knows about, I get it. But a lot of this, I'd say 90% of this stuff has very easy liquidity. And the money I've made in this hobby is not even close to the money that I've lost in scams or this or that. And so, and the percentage gains are much more than I've made in other investments that I've had. And so I think that's the fear talking, man. Fear kills more dreams than failure. And I think worrying about things like this or worrying about taxes or fees those are all just things that scare people into submission. But I can tell you firsthand, I know I can have plenty of other business owners from this hobby get on and tell you exactly that no, there's very real money to be made here and it does move a lot faster than you think. I don't agree with this. I just strongly don't agree with this, but I understand where your fear comes from. I get it. The comeback is always greater than the setback. Mike the Situation Sorrentino. Oh, man, some Jersey Shore throwbacks. Guys, it was pretty cool. I think I told you the story before, but when we went up to New Jersey Collecticon, we stopped by Jersey Shore, and we stopped there on a day where Danny from the t-shirt shop from Jersey Shore happened to be there. So it was pretty cool. It wasn't very busy because we went kind of early, and so I was able to just kind of chat with him for like 30 minutes, and he was a cool guy, man. It was really cool talking with him, and he took us back into the house and showed us the house and everything. So we got some pics. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Yeah, exactly. Like you can be street smart. You can put things in place. There's nothing you can do when people have when a scam that long. Like because even if I put the checks and balances in place, right, and I confirmed the purchases and they made multiple purchases and I got email confirmation they continue to buy week after week. There's no way in the world you'd ever know that person would scam you. No way. That seems like now they're like a normal buyer. They're a regular. There's no way I could have saw this coming. So it's not one of those. And here's the thing: I'm not too good to admit my mistakes or admit that I got taken. Like, look, I'll admit it when I screw up. I don't think anyone could have saw this coming. It was very good. They did a very good job. I know what I'm doing tonight, buying packs. Yeah, guys. I mean, here, don't. Again, I appreciate all the support, but no, don't feel the need to jump in on breaks. Don't. We're not. I was joking about the GoFundMe. There's no GoFundMe. There's again, this is not like pity party for Alex. Nothing like that. It's just to put it out there, let you guys know what happened, what is happening when changes come. Let you know like why these changes are being implemented. They're not. It's just to try to protect myself and it's just kind of like awareness. It's the only reason this live's there. It's nothing else. So don't get it twisted or anything. That's why you have PayPal goods and services only, regardless to what Rattle says. You have to protect yourself, but only to be trustworthy. That's the only way. I got burned on eBay and PayPal shipping overseas. Yeah, this is true. This is same thing I said about thefts. Like they've happened forever. It's happened beginning of time, right? There's stories of like famous thieves from way back when. Like theft has always been a thing, right? You had Jesse James, whatever, stealing from Wells Fargo, trying to deliver money or mail or whatever it was, all across the country back in the Wild West days. It's like it's always going to be a thing. It's not new, but yeah, social media definitely magnifies it and makes it more overblown for sure. I agree. Alex, bummed to hear this. This past weekend, I vended at local card show for the first time. I made a nice profit. I'm definitely going to vend again in October. I hope you mean Collecticon October. I will be vending there as well. Hope to see you guys there. Awesome. Okay, yeah, you did. Perfect. Awesome, cool shot. I will make sure to come up and say hi, man. I'll be there. I'll be in the Green Shizz's section. The Green Shiz and there's other YouTubers or other content creators, like smaller ones you might know. I think, unfortunately, Josh from the old card shop isn't going to come. I was hoping he was going to be in the section as well, but I think he isn't going to make it. There's some other people too, like you might know Thrifty, TCG, and Rock Pokemon. Some others. I forget everyone who's in the section, but should be fun. Got scammed with chargebacks on the pack breaks, man. Pack battles, pack breaks. Dude, can we just go back and play Pokemon Stadium on N64? Can we please just get back to those days? I really want to. Can we turn back time to the good old days? I'm very familiar with shrinkage. Oh, George Costanza line right there, right? Oh, man, it's so funny. Oh, been scammed for 5 to 8K in the past year? Is it worth pursuing litigation from these things? I'm at the point where my time and energy might be worth more. Dang. Sorry to hear that, brother. Wow. That sucks, dude. That really sucks. I'm sorry. Ah. Oh yeah, I have a Discord. I have a Patreon Discord where it's a paid. You don't have to do that one though. There's a free one too. The Patreon one. So the Patreon, just to be very clear, like it's nothing. There's no. I don't promote Patreon as like hidden information or like secret investing advice. Nothing like that. But it is, it's a smaller community. It's more people who I would say are more serious. There's less like the memeing and just like overall just like sarcasm and all that. So there's a private Discord server. I release a monthly video about the market, like in-depth, like, usually longer form video about the market. We have monthly live streams where everyone can kind of get on and come on stream and stream and like just talk about the market, their own investments, their own plans. Like we can talk about the strategies, and then you also get a percentage off of the pack breaks too. So there's a lot of kind of benefits to it, but it's $10 a month. If you don't want to do that, there's a free Discord as well. It's in the description. Just scroll down the description. You'll see the Discord. There's a Discord invite there. 100% free. Everyone's invited. Feel free to join the Discord. Tons of conversation happening there. Sometimes people people go on tangents in there, so you kind of got to scroll through some of the BS. But because I don't really moderate it, unless people are like literally being like, you know, hateful or racist, like, and it's like it's overblown. I have banned people before, but for the most part, it's pretty much you can say anything you want. It's so I don't really moderate it or like censor it or anything. So just be warned, people do kind of talk about anything in there. So I will say that. But like, yeah, if you're gonna, there's been some like evil stuff sent in there, and I have banned people for that. So I will, but it's very. I have a pretty long leash I allow everyone to be on. I don't get ban happy, and I don't get censor happy. But if you're gonna say some pretty outlandish things that are like very direct and very very bad, very evil, you will get banned. I can't just let everything be said, right? Because I mean, well, one of the reasons is I'll end up getting my Discord shut down because Discord will eventually shut it down for hate speech or whatever it may be. So. Surging Sparks looks like a freaking home run, dude. Surging Sparks looks like an absolute home run. Pandito, I really appreciate the gifted memberships, man. Thank you so much. Everyone thank Pandito who got gifted a membership. Yeah, this is another side of it. What if they stole the credit card and it's someone else's credit card? That innocent person got screwed. So it's like, well, at that point, then I guess I just have to eat it because, you know, that person doesn't deserve to pay for it. And there's a lot of moving parts here. It sucks. It sucks. My regular asking if you bet what will go up in price. Umbreon VMAX, Garatina V Alt, Charizard GX SV49, who will go up? I'll take Umbreon. I think the hit rate on it is hard enough, and even though the population's high, it's like kind of like the card of an era, and everyone who gets in the hobby at some point, or everyone who was in the hobby during that time wants one of those, and I think there's enough people that want that at, you know, whatever it's at, 12, 1300, than the Pop Report. Like, I think there's more than 11, 12,000 people that want that card that are willing to pay $1,200 to have it in their collection. I think there is a price point where it will level out, like we've seen with other cards in the past. But no, I do think it probably has the best chance right here and now, in my opinion. In my opinion, I could be wrong. Yep, just use crypto. I'm considering crypto as well. That is under consideration, dude, for sure. I'm flying to go to Alex's house shopping. Oh, man. Everyone giving Eli crap. Okay, to give Eli some credit, the new model of the Prius is better looking than the previous ones. Oh, funny. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Don gifted more memberships. Dude, Don, you support so much, dude. I appreciate it. Alex, if you want to talk about something else, when do you think alt art should pump up again? So a lot of the alt art charts, I like how they're looking. They are all starting to, a lot of them, I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of them, especially the top ones, they're starting to go sideways again, right? They had their pump, they had their dump, and now they're going sideways. That's what I like to see. They're finding higher lows. Those are usually the times when the tension isn't on them, when not everyone's buying them, when they've already went through the falling phase and they started to level out. Those are the times I like to buy things because you're no longer catching a falling knife type thing. I do, like, if you are a singles collector investor and you want to own those, I do think now is actually approaching a time to buy. I think I made a video about it recently. I do like them at the current prices. I will say that. I like them at the current prices. I do think there'll come another time. Guys, XY cards went dead for a time. Sun and Moon cards went dead for a time. They all had second rises. We will see a time when Sword and Shield cards has a second rally. We don't know when that is, but yes, these are the times when you want to get in if you were wanting to. I'm not trying to like pump anything. I told you guys I have very little alt arts left, so I don't have bags to pump. I'm just telling you how these markets work, and when things level out like this, these are usually the times that are times to start, you know, picking up things and waiting for that next boom period. I need someone to send my Japanese and Chinese bulk. What do you do with like Chinese bulk, like, or like Korean bulk? Like, what are those cards worth? Anything? I mean, English bulk is almost worth nothing. Most stores are down to like a half a cent a card. I mean, are we? Is any of this stuff gonna be worth anything bulk anymore soon? What do you pay for collections? It depends, man. It depends. Like, I mean, I'll go as low as like 50-60% if it's like stuff I really just don't want or it's really hard to move. Like, you know, if someone's trying to sell me like WotC or vintage, like light play, like singles, or, you know, just like, you know, collection boxes or tins that are going to be really hard to move and I'm going to have to break them and whatever it may be. Like those might get down to 50, 60, 65. And then you might get up as high as like 70, 80, 85% for, you know, sealed stuff or things that are easy to move that I actually need. So like, you know, boxes like this is going to be in the higher end, right? So like, I have no problem paying 80, 85% sometimes for some of this stuff. But yeah, I would say between 70 and 80% is the average. Most people just, I usually just don't do deals for the other stuff. I could talk about like sometimes I give offers of like 50, 60%. A lot of times those deals just never happen. The reason I offer so low is I just don't want them. I just don't want that stuff. And if people say yes, it's like, okay, I'll do the work because there's a lot of money to be made there. Good margins for me. But mostly I just give those prices because I just don't want it. When you reach out to me with like XY Sun and Moon boxes or like, you know, Scarlet Violet, you know, Sword and Shield stuff, cases or whatever, I give good offers, right? If it's collection boxes and tins and blisters, the offers drop a little bit because that stuff's a little less liquid. It's harder to move. Loose packs, I don't like as much. I like sealed booster boxes. But I would say the average is between 70 and 80%. For sure. Rattle Pokemon just told us to report the scammer that scammed you. He said would thank us later. I mean, hey, dude, like, say what you want about Rattle, right? I mean, and I've said this before, like, he's done good for the community. You can't deny that. Like, you can't deny that Rattle has done good for the community. Now, I don't agree with all the videos he makes. I don't agree with how he comes at people sometimes. But you can't deny that he's called things out. He's blown the lid off of certain scams that have, and so we can't really just throw Rattle under the bus and say, you know, and if you don't like Rattle, it's like he has done good. He really has. I made a rookie eBay mistake and had favorable returns on my profile. Of course, someone had the nerve to return me a graded authenticity check card because their price went down slightly. Chris, they allowed that? Every time that's happened to me on eBay and someone has tried to open a return request on an authenticity guaranteed card, eBay has denied it 100% of the time. That's really odd they would have allowed that. Usually eBay always denies those claims because once the card gets to eBay's facility and they authenticate it, your hands are off of it. It's all them. They take care of everything. And I've had people reach out wanting to return cards before for whatever reason. You know, there's a scuff on the case or, you know, like you said, the price went lower. And I always deny it. And I always have eBay jump in and they always approve. They always deny it and I get to keep the money. So I would say don't accept it. Let eBay take, because if eBay authenticated it, they will deny it. I would say 99% of the time, because they already had it through their hands. They authenticated it. They shipped it to them. They have delivery confirmation. They're not going to take that card back. There's no way. If they did, that's crazy. That is crazy. Dude, a Civic is a sports car. Have you seen the Type? What is it? The Type F Civic? They actually make some pretty speedy Civics. To be honest with you, I think it's the Type F, right? Is that what it's called? Or Type R? Type R. Yeah, the Honda Civic Type R. Look up that. It's got some. It's light. It's got a lot of horsepower. It's turbocharged. It's actually a pretty speedy car. So yeah, Honda, they make a sports car Civic. I mean, as much of a sports car as you want to call it, but it's sporty. It's fast. Type R. Are you a little nervous for your safety to do a local meetup deal like Facebook Market Trade, or am I just paranoid? I'm not. You know, I don't know. I mean, things can always happen. Like, you know, obviously, you know, I live in Missouri. It's, you know, firearms are legal here, so you know we can carry here. So that's one thing. Two, you know, depends on when you meet up. Like we met up in a police station parking lot. Like they have, if you guys look up, they have like safe exchange areas where usually people use them for like when they, you know, it's like a bad divorce and there's like custody issues and they want to, you know, they have to like meet up and give the kids to each other when they each person gets their time with their kids, or there's whatever people use them for. There's safe exchange areas at police stations, so you can meet up at police stations and do the deal there if you're worried. You know, just like I guess that guys like being kind of like, I guess, street smart, like looking at the persons they drive up, you know, kind of pay attention to what they're doing. You can let them get out of their car first. You can kind of, you know, just like eye them up. Like, I mean, just take the necessary precautions, bring people with you if you want, you know, like for extra security, whatever it may be. But no, I mean, I didn't feel that way at all. Like me and my wife were just on the way to the pool. We were on the way over my parents' house to the pool, stopped at this police station, safe exchange zone, met with the guy, looked at everything, looked legit, gave him the cash. He was there with his, I didn't even ask. I didn't even ask him if it was his wife, his sister, girlfriend. But you know, we met up, did the deal, no big deal. I've done multiple in-person transactions. There's always that, you know, possibility. It's just like selling online. There's always possibility of getting scammed. But you know, if you're not comfortable with it, don't do it. Right? Just don't do it if you're not comfortable. Yeah, there he is right there, Safi. I met him at a police station just so everyone is a little more comfortable. But yeah, stay safe. Yeah, I mean, you know, he talked about, there's and before that, I suggested like meeting at a casino, you know, because it's, you know, obviously they have security, they have cameras everywhere. Like try to meet somewhere that, you know, it's obvious, like it's not, don't meet like in a back parking lot somewhere, or don't meet at some like, you know, back alley, you know, like obviously meet somewhere, and if you bring people with you if you want, and, you know, make sure there's cameras and there's whatever, you know, makes you feel safe. You know, if you don't want to do a deal with cash, I mean, I was comfortable doing cash, but if you don't want to do cash, just say, hey, you know, when we get there, I'll PayPal or friends and family you the money, or, you know, Venmo you the money, wire transfer you the money once I see everything's legit. So if you don't want to bring cash with you, if you're afraid of getting robbed, you know, there's a lot of ways you can make sure it's safer for you. Christian, what's your question, dude? Leave it again. Leave it again, and I'll look for it on the live chat. I didn't see it. Go ahead and leave it. Christian G, leave your question again, man. As long as Alex puts it on his taxes, it doesn't matter how he gets paid for it. I hope that's true. Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm one of those guys where it's like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to go to jail, right? So I don't screw with the IRS. I don't play any of those games. Every single cent I get through Venmo, friends and family, or goods and services, every cent I get through PayPal, every cent I get anywhere in any way, shape, or form, I claim on my taxes, right? There's legal ways you can get your tax bill down. There's write-offs, depending if you cash basis or accrual basis accounting, how you work your inventory system. There's too many legal ways to operate within the law, the way you run your business, work with a good accountant. There's no reason to cheat, try and like hide money. It's ridiculous. Like I claim every dime that I get. And no, I'm not just saying that because I'm live on video. I'm afraid of the IRS. I literally do. Like every dime that comes in my business, I claim. Because it's more worth it to do that and, structure your business and learn how to use write-offs the right way than it is trying to steal from the government, because they will find out eventually. They will come and get you, and it won't be fun. And even if you don't go to jail, you'll be slapped with so much freaking fees and this and that and penalties, and you're going to get crushed. So, just not worth it. Just pay your taxes. Your issues were international, Alex? Were they okay? So I have 2 purchasers that are international, and it's kind of why it scares me a little bit. Is this all happened at the same time? So I was at the golf course this weekend, right? Just playing golf, having a good round, enjoying the day, and my phone just starts blowing up with chargeback, 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 and so they all hit at the same time. So I'm guessing it's a ring of the same people or the same person using different names. And a couple were overseas, which were smaller transactions. I care, but I don't care. They were like $50, $100, or $80. Like, and I just said, well, and they were like the pack battle ones where there's no way to prove delivery because there wasn't a delivery. So I just said, okay, I'll let those go. I'm going to eat them, right? But then there was another one was a guy who purchased a ton of different orders over multiple months. And that was in the U.S. That address was in the U.S. And it was the same shipping and billing address. So everything checks out, which is very strange. So it's gonna be hard to figure out. I'm in the middle of it, man. How much worth of items do they steal from you? I don't even know yet. Like currently, the amount that's under already confirmed chargeback requests and suspicious payments combined, it's somewhere around $2,000, and it could span up to $4,000 because I went through all my orders and I kind of picked out ones that could look a little suspicious, but I haven't heard anything from yet. It could span up to like $4,000. So I don't even know how deep this is going to go yet. It's a little scary. It's a little uneasy, but we'll get through it. We'll work through it. You cannot let these people win. What services? It's all over the place, man. I offer multiple different credit cards, Apple Pay, PayPal. I offer multiple different payment sources. Title's not clickbait, man. Go back to the beginning for sure. Yeah. Yeah, man, I get it. If all you're doing is making transactions here and there, and you can do all face to face, and you're, again, we just talked about that though. There can be worries about that with safety. So it's hard, guys. There's no like one way to make everything safe and work right. There's always gonna be some sort of risk here or there. It sucks. The great philosopher Rick Ross said, "Scared money don't make money." That's true, man. Scared money don't make money. That is the truth. The kids got to eat. Sorry for the chargebacks, but the kids got to eat. Oh, man, that's funny. Any ideas about the collectibles and toys on Walmart website? They get tons of products referring to Pokemon 151 booster bundles. They've been up for days at $30. You can order 12 at a time. So here's the thing. You got to be careful. And there's always a risk, right? Because sometimes it's legit. Sometimes, a lot of sellers on Walmart. See, Walmart.com's like Amazon now, where, you know, you can sign up and you can be a seller through Walmart, where it's a third-party seller. It's not actually Walmart with the goods. And so, you know, you got to constantly be worried about resealing scams and constantly look at all the items. So be careful. But hey, a lot of people have ordered from them and done very well. And, you know, it's all legit and on the up and up. So, you know, just be careful with it. My friend got scammed this summer. He did face-to-face twice with a guy, and the third time, credit card got scammed, and the guy vanished. Yeah, it can happen, man. It's crazy. Is there a list of vendors at Chicago Collecticon or like a Discord with the people trying to see who's interested in buying some things? I'm a part of a private Discord group where I think Cardinal CNA Games, Cardinal Gaming Mason is actually the one who owns it. I'm not 100% sure, but you can reach out to him if you want to try and be a part of it. I have no access. I don't think I can create invites to it. It's kind of like a private Discord where it's all kind of vendors who vend at Collecticon, and we get sections together and things like that. You'd have to reach out to him or maybe Dan Catch 'em All Collectibles. I think he might have some pull with it, but I have no control over it. So you can reach out to one of them too, Catch 'em All Collectibles or Cardinal CNA Games, and see if one of them can let you in. But I don't think I can make an invite to it. I got a Nintendo Switch, bro. I got a Switch. Don't you worry. I still like N64. Actually, I play N64 on the Switch. I was just playing GoldenEye 007 not too long ago through like the emulator on the Switch. So still playing the old games. Mostly one person. The majority of it, the thousands of dollars, was one person. There's two other orders from two different individual names, and I really don't care about them. Like, they're foreign, and I'm just gonna shut down the foreign transactions. It's not a lot of money. It's probably like $150 total. I'm just gonna let that go and just kind of be more careful with foreign transactions. But no, the big one is one person, multiple orders, multiple streams, thousands of dollars in the US. Is what it is. I'm the wrong person to ask about like futuristic stuff. I don't pay attention to all the leaks and releases. I'll talk about the set when it's like, you know, a week or two from being released. That's kind of how I do things here. I don't get too worried about the future. Alex is shilling Moondria. Yep. Always shilling here, baby. Shillonomics. Hey, Manny, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'll be getting more of Surging Sparks. Just because, you know, it'll probably be open more, so I want to have enough inventory. So yeah, I'll be getting more of Surging Sparks when it does get here. I like PCETBs more for specialty sets. For mainline sets, I'd rather have booster boxes. But it doesn't hurt to get PCETBs for mainline sets that are going to be good, however. So, although I think booster boxes will probably perform better long term, yeah, I mean, I bought some PCETBs. I pre-ordered some for the set, so yeah, for sure. My dream car is a Honda Civic. I got one for you, man. Come pick it up. You ever look at non-factory cut cards, cutting an uncut sheet into misprint cards? Looks like misprint, seems like money glitch. Dude, speaking of uncut sheets, you ready? You ready? Sam from Otherverse, baby. Sam from Otherverse came through. Look at this. Uncut sheet of Otherverse secret rares, baby. Look at that beauty. Is that beautiful? Is that absolutely beautiful? There's the ice, there's the dragon right there, guys. There's the Crystal Fang Ice Dragon right there. Tons of awesome cards on here. What's another big one? Right here? The Dragon Queen. We got the Dragon Queen over here. I mean, these are beautiful, so I cannot I'm probably going to make it to Hobby Lobby today, get up there and get a nice frame for this, have it framed, put up in the background. Yeah, Sam, Otherverse, dude, I appreciate this. Is amazing, dude. That is something I will love and cherish forever, dude. Thank you so much. I hope Otherverse continues to do well, guys. I mean, I think the cards are absolutely beautiful. That is my first uncut sheet, though. I don't even have any Pokemon uncut sheets. So really cool to have that uncut sheet from Sam. Appreciate it, Pokemart TCG. Yeah, I'm hoping the problems kind of cease there and we just move on. So hopefully that's how it goes. Let's see. Alt Hunter, do you think it's still worth it to get a PSA membership? I know we have talked about it, but want to hear further confirmation because it's a big price. I don't want to regret. So here's how you think about it, dude. This is the best way to think about it, right? You can't. Here, let's just pull it up on screen. Let me go ahead and share screen, and I'll explain to you why. If you're gonna grade like, I don't know, like very many cards at all, absolutely, it definitely 100% makes sense. So let's share the screen. All right. So PSA, look at this. You're gonna pay $25 a card to grade, or you can get it down to $14.99 a card. So you're saving $10. Meaning, if the membership, I believe, is what's the membership now? I believe it's $150. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the membership's $150 a month or a year. Sorry, a year. Meaning, if you just grade 15 cards, right? It's a 20 card minimum. So you make one order a year. 20 cards, you make one order for the year. You just saved $200 because $10 less than this. Okay, $14.99. $10 times 20 cards. You literally paid for the membership with one order. Not to mention the PSA magazines you get sent. Those actually sell on eBay. We can go to eBay, right? And here's my store. We can type in PSA magazine, right? And we can go ahead and then these are the sports ones, but there's Pokemon ones too. Let's see. TCG. All right. And so the PSA magazines are even worth money. So look, like all these different ones have sold like this One Piece card. You actually got this promo with one of the magazines. And I sold mine for 160, I believe. They're still selling for like 150, 160. So right there paid for your entire membership. And then the rest of the magazines, like all the different magazines they sell, there's a for Alligator one, Pikachu one. So it's like there you get so much value from it that it is worth it for the membership. And you know, the thing I always tell people is just like, if you're not gonna grade at least 20 cards a year, then just find like a service. Like a lot of local card shops provide a service now where they'll grade your cards for like $20 each, and you won't pay the $25, and they'll do all the work for you. So yeah, if you're gonna grade more than 20 cards a year, it just makes sense. It makes sense. Yes, there has been an increase of people selling out their collections. It's really hard to tell, though. You know, if this CT scanning news would have happened in winter, like November time, I would say, yeah, it's because of CT scanning. There's always more people selling off their collections in summer. Summer's always slower. People always leave the hobby in summer. There's always more sales. There's always less like sales on eBay, TCG Player. Things always slow down in the summer. There's always an increase of people getting out. Views on YouTube slow down in summer in the Pokemon TCG space. So, yeah, it's hard to tell if it's because of the scanning news. We'll see. We'll see if that really is a main factor. Like I said, everyone I've been buying collections from, it's not been because of that. It's been for other reasons. So I haven't seen it because of that yet, but you know, I'm one person. I'm just one person. I don't buy a ton of collections. I buy some. So you have to ask someone who buys on a larger scale, I think. It was the Cabal group. Just joking. No, I know, man. It's hilarious, though. Cabal got me, guys. The Cabal finally got me. Um, all right, let me kind of get going a little further down. Hey, one shot. In your opinion, with grading SIRs, by the way, thanks for the super chat, man. A lot of the edges are oddly cut, have like a lipped edge, but no whiting. Have you racked any tens, or does the weird cut edge affect the 10 rate? See, we're gonna get into some controversial things here. Where, look, I don't know how I want to put this. Everyone has different beliefs on altering cards. Me personally, I have different beliefs than other people. I think if you're not cutting cards, you're not like inking them, you're not like, putting liquid on them, trying to like put them in like humidors and trying to like, put substances. My thing is, if you want to clean the card up a little bit on back, get a cotton ball and some solution and try to get some stuff off, right? If you want to, take your fingernail or your like a little tool and try to, stamp down the edges a little bit, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Others will disagree and say it's altering. So controversial, take. For me, when I have cards like that, I do have a little tool where I do try to roll the edges down and try to straighten out the edges a little bit. And yes, I have gotten PSA 10s doing that. Whether you're for or against that, it is what it is. But yeah, I do try to, shape my cards up a little bit before I send them. No, I do not feel, whatever you feel like guilty. I don't feel like I'm altering any cards. I don't do anything like that. But yeah, I mean, I think everyone's seen like a little white speck on the corner and they've tried to run their nail on it to try to get that white speck off, or they've, tried to push down a corner, or they've wiped off any dirt or anything on the back, or like, whatever it may be. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Other people do. But yeah, that's my take on that situation. I would just try to push the corner down and try to flatten it as much as you can. I worked with fraud billing at bodybuilding.com back in the day. Oh wow. I mean, that's a big site, dude. Saw all the kinds of crazy stuff. We had software to look people's info up, track down if they were frauding on different IPs. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't know if I can get into all that, but I know everyone's going through it. I know, it's crazy. Oh, Dama had troubles. Well, hey, I did have Dama on the channel on that last live, and it seemed like we got along okay. So maybe he would divulge that information to me. Yeah, fuzzy edges on cards. Get rid of the fuzz. It bothers my OCD every time. Same thing. I mean, I try to like take my fingernail and like rub down the edges, like wet it, or wet like a piece of I just try to like get the kind of rub the little the phrase off, But again, not everyone's for that. A lot of people dislike that, and so and I'll take criticism on that. You may disagree. I don't, so I do it. By the way, I've graded thousands of cards, probably not tens of thousands yet, but thousands and thousands of cards, and I've never had one issue with PSA. I've never had one card returned, one card not graded, one card not listed as altered. Never had one issue, so obviously I'm not doing anything to warrant altered card grades. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it, guys. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever had to deal with it. Pooping turtle, like I said, in my lawn care landscaping companies, it was never enough for me to care about. Like, $100, $200 at a time. I just let it go. I just wrote it off as a loss, and I just didn't deal with it. I just didn't want to take the time. I've never had an issue where I've had thousands of dollars from one person. So we'll see. I'll let you know how it goes. I don't know how you find uncut sheets. I was given this. Yeah, lost in Jersey. I appreciate it, man. I know, dude. It sucks. Thanks, Alex. I am honestly just scared to send my one Moonbryon off in the mail to PSA, not gonna lie. If it's just one Moonbryon, dude, like, you know, and you want to pay that higher fee, like, it makes sense to send it. Like, if you're really worried about it, you can, you can send it like with insurance or whatever, although that's always hard to collect if it gets lost still. Like, you know, I would say just pay the extra money and send it like priority overnight or something, or send it one day on UPS or FedEx and just get it there immediately. And I get it though, man. It can be scary when you're starting off. I remember back when I first started collecting, it was scary doing some bigger deals. So I get it, but just start doing it, man. They start rolling off like nothing. All right, guys. Looks like I made it to the end of the chat. If anyone has any last minute questions they want to ask, leave them in the chat now. I'm at the bottom, and I'll get to them right away for you. So if I didn't get to your question, I missed it, just leave it right now. I'll take it right now, and then we'll kind of end things. Guys, for real, like I really want to say from the bottom of my heart, thanks for all the support. Like anyone who's watched a single video of mine. Even if you liked or disliked it, if you left a good or a bad comment, you just took the time to listen to what I had to say for a second. I appreciate you. Anyone who's in this live has been a part of any lives, I appreciate you. Anyone who's bought a single pack, a single card off eBay, TCG Player, a single opening, I appreciate you. Anyone who showed up to an opening, I appreciate you. I'm really appreciative of all the people because, like, when things like this happen, it can send you down a dark road to think about all the bad things, right? But I try to look at both sides. I look at all the good things. I look at all the thousands of you that support the channel, that watch the videos, that comment, that show up to the breaks, that order packs, that have ordered cards from me. And like, it so greatly outweighs these few people that have done bad. And it continues to give me a reason to keep doing this, keep moving on, because it's just like, I'm so thankful for all the support and all the good people in the hobby. And we can continue to keep growing our collections and investments and everything together. So, just one of those things we'll all move past and no big deal. All right, so let me take these last few questions. Oh, also, I will shout out, guys. I think if you heard me earlier, I am, funny enough, I am doing a pack break tonight. This video wasn't planned in advance, right? I was just going to do a pack break today. I wasn't going to do a live this Monday. I was going to do the live like Wednesday instead. But like I said, I just got all these and I wanted to talk about it. But if you guys are interested, I am doing a pack break tonight. It's just going to be Shrouded Fable, right? Just got it in. If anyone's wanting to open Shrouded Fable packs, we're doing single packs, or if you want to do a whole ETB hits only, we got it marked down a little bit. And so feel free, show up, open some Shrouded Fable. I know there's mixed reviews on the set. Here's the thing. It's definitely a weaker set. I get that. One of the things I love about it, though, is Pokemon did one thing right. They're going back to making a good themed set. The set has a good theme to it. I like how it's all kind of like that dark, like almost like Halloween type style Pokemon. Like, if they would have added, I'll tell you this, if they would have added like a Gengar, Mimikyu, and a, I don't know, just like another like dark Pokemon, like a, I don't know, just added like a few more dark Pokemon to it, this set would have been a great set, right? Because the hit rates are hard. The hit rates are already hard. It needs to be a little bigger, a few more cards, and a few top tier Pokemon. This set would have knocked it out of the park because I do like the art style. I like how it's a good theme. It's just a little weaker. I get it. But there's still some great cards to pull. I think some of these IRs, like the Persian and the Houndoom, will do good long term. And so I am excited to open it. I haven't opened any yet, so I'm excited about that. So if you do want to show up, nostalgianomics.com, you can get some packs for tonight. And we'll go from there. All right. Let's see who we got for any last minute questions. Where did I ask that? All right, right here. PSA has a special this month. You can send the Moonbryon for $49, the cheapest rate. Pay insurance. There we go. What happened? How'd you get scammed? You can watch the video, but it was through the pack breaks. So the pack battles and the pack breaks. Someone did a trick trying to do credit card chargebacks. Could you make a video on your collection buyouts? I mean, gosh, everything's like already inventoried and like sorted out and put it away now. I did some shorts on them. I did some shorts. I guess I could try to make it a point to make longer form videos about them in the future. Sorry about that. Do you think super modern cards will hold value if everyone is grading cards and PSA 7 and 9 are considered near mint? Yeah. So here's the thing. I think raw PSA graded cards, they're much more risky than sealed product. But I think the top like 5-10% will do well. If you go look back at the top 5-10% of XY cards, top 5-10% of Sun and Moon cards, a lot of them have done very well over time. Like they've seen ups and downs, but they've seen consistent growth. They're higher now than they were back when they were released, right? And so I do think the top tier ones, the Moonbryon, the Gengar, the Lugia, the Blaziken, the Giratina, I think a lot of the top hits, the sought after ones that are very hard to hit, will do well over time. But yeah, I think like 90% of the cards or more will probably just kind of be stagnant. They'll see ups and downs, but there won't be a lot of growth. But I think the ones that do see the pumps, you'll make a lot more on those few that you get right than, like a sealed investment. Sealed investment is going to be more like longer term, steady growth, less risk. The singles are going to be more risk, but higher reward. But no, PSA 7 through 9, that's going to be harder. Like 9s, if you can get them the same price as raw cards and you're basically making a raw play at that point, fine. But yeah, it'd be like raw 9 play or like the 10 play is probably the way you want to go. 7s and 8s, no. 7s and 8s, I wouldn't be buying. I appreciate the support, man. Thank you. Pika, appreciate you being here as always. Yeah, man, let me know how it goes. Hope it works out good for you. Proof is in the pudding. Is why did you keep going back and keep buying more and more if you were getting scammed out of your credit card purchase? Exactly, right? Why would you do all those purchases? Which I hope the credit card company takes into account that it was over multiple months. So we'll see. We'll see. What percentage should someone take selling Evolutions, Unified Minds, or Unbroken Bonds at a card show? Do you mean like you're selling it as a vendor or you're selling it as just an attendee? Fat Belly, clarify that for me, because here, you don't have to clarify it. I'll just give you my thoughts. I think for vendors, especially if it's mint, here, put it this way. This team up box, it's minty, right? I know how hard it is to find a near mint or a minty, tight plastic, tight wrapper, no dings, no dents box for older sets. So for me, if the market price on that, if it's selling for $2,400, $2,500, and I'm a vendor, I'm going to mark this at like $2,800. And I'm not going to take deals on it because you don't have to ship it. You don't have to worry about anything happening in shipping. You don't have to worry about any scams happening. You have it in your hand right then and there, right? You have that aspect of like having it right then and there. You don't have to wait for it. And you know it's minty. So I would say if you're a vendor, you could upcharge a little bit, right? If you're just an attendee, I mean, I'd probably pay like, it just depends. It depends. Like if it's all minty condition or if it's stuff I want for pack breaks, it could be anywhere from 80 to 85% is what I'd pay you for a sealed product. So, that's kind of where I'd be. That's kind of what I would expect. I mean, I think a lot of vendors would be willing to pay you 80, 85%. See you tonight, Fernando. Thunderdome it is. Yes, sir. Yeah, I have UPCs. I moved into UPCs as my position. I have no ETBs or booster bundles at the time. Oh, I also have PC ETBs. So I moved into PC ETBs and UPCs of 151. I felt those were the best products. I liked the limited nature of the UP or the PC ETB, and I just like the idea of the promos as well as the product being more limited for the UPCs, what I believe it will be in the future. I think if we see a reprint, it'll be mostly bundles and ETBs in my opinion. Yeah, non-vendor case fresh. Man, see if you can get 85. See if you can get up to 85 from people for it, 80 to 85 is what I would think you can get there though. All right, guys, that is it for today. Sorry for the bad news, but I wanted to put it out there. And just be careful out there, guys. Be careful out there, right? Take the necessary precautions, but also don't let a few bad eggs ruin the hobby for you and like end everything and make you want to quit. There's always going to be more good that outweighs the bad. And, it's just part of this game, unfortunately. So that's all I got, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Hopefully I'll see you there for the pack breaks tonight. I'm out.